All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. No better time than the present, if you all know what I mean. Oh, privacy is private. Let's edit that. Well, maybe we're not live yet. Live chat, live replay, public, done, save. Um, Man, usually I do a lot better at this. I think I was a little distracted tonight by this other guy and his whatever he's trying to prove. All right, there we go.
That's completely fair, though.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and share that. You know what? I'm not going to share it just in case. We'll just do an interview. Just fuck it. So yeah, tonight I have with me Anarchy2b2t. He is a 2b2t player who has really taken a new approach to griefing on 2b2t. It's really neat to see the reaction. A lot of people are upset with them, which is kind of funny. But
hmm
Anarchy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Say hi.
Hey, so it's Anarchy here. How's it going, guys?
So let me ask you: was this your idea to start doing this grief?
Yeah, so probably back in April, I decided that I would see what got people's reactions the most. I really wanted to do something on the server, and griefing the highways got people to immediately start sending me threats and stuff. So I was like, okay, that's what I need to do.
Nice. And how'd you start off? Was it just you, or did you have some people working with you?
So for the first 2 months, I was solo completely, but I've made a group and we're doing pretty well now.
And how many people you got in the group?
So currently, there's probably about 15 people with eight active at any given time.
Wow.
And yeah, they'll make sure that those highways are griefed all the time.
Wow. So what was your first grief? Like what were you doing to grief the highway? How'd you start off?
So I started off on the highways by mining them out. I would mine them out by like 200, 300 blocks, make traps, do stuff like that. But I slowly started clogging up the highways, and that's what I've been doing now.
Yeah, I noticed at first you were just doing pure obsidian, but now you're doing a little bit of a mix of different things. You want to tell me about that?
Yeah, so I was looking at different blocks that we could use because I've seen that the highway union, the people that repair the highways, they've started to extend the spawn highways and they're using the obsidian that we give them, even though they have to work for it. And I realized we need some new blocks really fast, or else we are going to have to really start farming a ton of obby. So we've looked at new blocks and we started using those.
Nice. Now you're saying you were getting threats from people. Um, do people chase after you while you're in the middle of a grief?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny. People will come to spawn and start hunting me down, and I've had a lot of incidents where my team is out on the highway and immediately somebody starts getting crystalled and we all have to fight.
So one of the things that happened during the chicken wars was I noticed the people that were against it they started doing active patrols. Do you find people are now patrolling to find you, or is it just kind of random? Or
So there is two groups that are constantly hunting me. One of them is the Highway Union, and then the other is the devs. So they've teamed up and now they are allied to hunt us down. They've made a list. They've literally made a list of everybody that griefs the highways.
So, do you know if they've put a general bounty out on you? Like, hey, we'll give you a shulker of crystals or.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny. Last night we were camping probably about 4 or 5 highway union workers. We had got them to log. And so I'll show you the screen cap here. The guy in this photo, Poseidon, he put out a bounty of, I don't even know what he put out. I think over a dub of stuff. And there's currently people hunting me, not only just to clip me, but to get this bounty.
Let me go ahead and bring this on stream here because there's some images here that they're kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and let's do a window capture here, and we're gonna create a new, and we're gonna do Discord. There we go. All right. So the first image, it looks like a screenshot of what I'm guessing is is this from Twitter or X?
So this one is from Reddit. This is one of the people that have been making propaganda against us, and he completely just started talking about all of this stuff. And this is the people that were griefing the highways for, really. They want 2B to be like an SMP where there's rules and guidelines, and I do not want that.
No, of course not, man. I'm gonna make sure folks got this link into the stream here because we do have people that watch. So let's see. There we go. All right, there we go. Better stream. All right, so let me go ahead and read this in case somebody's just listening in the background. I'm actually looking at the viewer count. I got no viewers right now, but that's okay. We're recording this for posterity, right? I'll post it up on Reddit tomorrow. So this is from MetArc Bias, and he goes on to say, this is one of those trying to hold on to what glory remains moments, isn't it? Stuck in the past and cannot accept the future. 2B2t is slowly becoming a boring, no cheats work allowed game, so players desperately try to hold on to what little 5 minutes of fame they once had, are trying to do anything possible to keep it as it was. And yet, as the game expands, more content gets included, and the veterans now have to try harder. PvP was a gold mine, but now you search for scraps, and yet you don't want new players here. Housemaster, FitMC, and so many other great ones have moved on, but those who cannot let it go remain. Example, Imperium players call me out from the shadows. Without 2B2T, they are nothing, and obviously without that dopamine hit. Meanwhile, more bout accounts appear than usual. Example, a year ago, Rusher made infinite flight possible, but now you have to use, make, farm rockets just to get by. Trashing the highways is clearly a stunt to still be relevant. Well, wow, that's, I don't think MetArc. So I play on this server. I'll give you a link to the server in case you want to check out. It's bearvanilla.net, and they are a no cheat server, right? Mm. And for me, I'm one of these guys. I want to play the way the developers intended the game to be played without having to go out and buy a third-party client, which I've bought all of them. I've bought Rusher and Meteor and this, that, and the other. I just want to go have fun and play the game. And this guy is complaining that he can't play the game without cheats. And let me tell you why this is a very interesting point, okay? I had a friend that I invited from 2B2T to this server, and he could not escape the spawn here for 3 days, even though his spawn is not nearly as wrecked as 2B2T is.
Wow.
And I think that goes to show how addicted people are to some of these third-party clients and utilities now, where they've basically gimped their own ability to play the game vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
And this is definitely one of those guys. I mean, if I just join a brand new server, there's not going to be a highway. There's not going to be a road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The things this guy is complaining about is kind of irrelevant to the actual game itself. Like, I remember last year or 2 years ago when I was playing, people could spam crystals as fast as they could send the packet.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know how long you've been playing, but we had a couple of crystal PvPers. They could spam 50 crystals in 1 second.
Jesus.
And you would see your totems go boom, 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 done. One of those players I used to get into it with often, and when House fixed that, they quit. And you shouldn't be able to do that. But, you know, these folks used to like to hang around 0-0, killing off noobs, like picking the wings off helpless flies. I mean, it's no challenge. Let's go on to your next screenshot you sent me here. Okay, so this looks like your crew.
So this is some of my crew here.
Okay, why don't you tell everybody a bit about this? I see there's a crystal there. Is this all your people then, or?
So this is kind of all of the new people and one of my plugin developers. So this screenshot is important because the Poseidon guy that's logged down in the middle, he is one of the people that put a bounty on me recently. And I found that out through one of the Melon Men, surprisingly enough, even though they hate my guts.
Dude, that does not surprise me at all. But something else that just came to mind too is one of the things that happened during the chicken war was, first, people truly hated me, but then people were asking me to pretend to let them beat me up for clout. Do you think any of these people coming after you, do you think it's a true hate, or do you think it's just they're LARPing?
So I know that some of them really hate me. I don't want to get too graphic with it, so I'm just going to tell you about a few of the things. I've gotten dox threats. I've gotten death threats. I've had people that have told me I should stream my suicide and stuff. Some of these people literally hate me for what I'm doing, and some of them just want like clout from killing me. It's a weird mix.
Yeah, I've run into stuff on Anarchy servers. Like, we were just dealing with something a minute ago where this guy came into the chat here and was saying, I'm a bad guy, this and that, for something my son did. Totally out of my control, right? I mean, I had nothing to do with it. But, there's also that term pedojacketing, right? Where people will go around saying that you're a pedophile just to try to make people hate you. I've seen so much of what you're going through. Old Frog is another famous server. The guy that made Rusher Hack, it's his server. I had to quit playing there because one of the players there. Okay, first one player sent his friend to my base, and then his friend started making swastikas, right? And then he shows up and says, "Oh, you have swastikas at your base." I'm like, "I didn't build these, bro." And then he starts crystalling me and my friends, and then he puts it out that, we're racist or something. But then I turned around and I got the video out to show that, no, that's not what happened. This is his buddy, his friend. I even got chat logs of them talking and shit. But let me tell you what you're going to find is the weirdest thing about this. When this is all said, done, and over, and you've moved on from 2b2t to something else, these people are going to beg you. They're going to fucking beg you to come back, because right now you're the only thing giving them any validation in life. You realize that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, if they didn't have this grudge fuck with you right now, they'd have nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Server would be
holy
dead.
it would be. It absolutely would be. And you know, it's you would think that for a block game, like it wouldn't get this crazy. Like I come from an old school online gaming scene where we used to play Ultima Online and Doom and shit like that. And it was nothing like this. Even Ultima Online, which is fucking crazy. Crazy shit happened. But it's nothing compared to today. Like I've heard shit about 2B. Like there are people that I heard this one kid got blackmailed into having to take hormone replacement therapy. I don't know if that's true or not,
Jesus.
but I heard it. So
That's insane.
yeah, it's
I
fine.
wouldn't doubt it.
Oh yeah, I'm going off on tangents here now, but let me ask you something, man. What is your overall goal of doing this?
So my real goal with this is I just want new players to have the challenge that they came to 2B2T for, because when you join the server, you're expecting it to be a challenge, right? But recently I've gotten so many messages from new players telling me just how easy the spawn is. Like they don't have a challenge at all. They find more challenge on the clone servers than 2B. That is not how it should be. It should be a challenge to escape spawn, because back in the day, it was a bragging right to leave spawn. When I joined in 2019, it was a bragging right. Now, nothing. Nothing like that.
Yeah, I feel you, man. You know, my first week at 2B2T, like I huffed out to like 2,000 blocks out, and then my base got wrecked. And then after that, I think I huffed out to like 26,000 blocks. And then nothing happened after that. But that was in 2011 when Spawn still looked like normal, right?
Oh, wow.
But even on my recent replays, like, you know, I've done Spawn escapes. And, you know, it's a challenge if you're not patient. I will
Hmm.
say that. I mean, if you're going to escape Spawn, travel during the day, bury yourself at night, take as long as you have to, go as carefully as you can until you find a tree and get some tools. Um, a lot of people, I watched Jake the Snake try and do a speed run spawn escape, and he just every 3 minutes he was dying. It was sad to watch, but
Oh, wow.
yeah. Um, let me see. So I think I got one more question for you, and then we're just gonna go back to our normal stream. I may talk to my son for a bit and bring him on if he's up for it. But um, you know, I just want to make this statement. I think you have really captured the essence of trolling and what 2B2T is about and its roots in 4chan. This is going way back. And I think a lot of people don't understand. This is truly like the heart of what 2B2T is, and I got to say, I'm really entertained by what I'm seeing. Um, you know, let's say you restore some of that je ne sais quoi you know, to 2B2T. What do you see the player base gravitating towards as far as play style? Like, do you see them continuing this whole thing where they're just hanging out and spawn crystalling each other? Do you think more people are going to try and be Pop Bob, or do you think people are going to just kind of, once they get out of spawn, you know, they're going to be like, you know, this was so fucking hard, I'm not going to risk being around other people? Which way
I,
do you think this is going to go, man?
I honestly think that when it's all said and done and the dust settles, it's going to be a lot different, because I already know that we're going to keep doing this no matter what, and it's going to piss off a lot of people. So I really just want this to be a spark to change Tubi back to what it was, and I think it'll accomplish that. I think there's going to be a lot more people that try to be like Pop Bob because, in a sense, I'm basically trying to be Pop Bob. You know, I'm trying to be a troll, but I think that mostly I wanted people to understand that if I can do it as a player that took a 6 year hiatus, anybody can do this. Like, you just got to find the right thing and stick with it.
Wise words, man. You know, I took the same break and felt the same way when I was doing the chicken war. So, Anarchy, again, I want to thank you for jumping on the stream. We actually got people watching now. We're up to 4 whole viewers, and maybe tomorrow when I post it on Reddit, we'll get a lot of views on it. But again, thank you so much for joining me because, I mean, I had a serious itch about, you know, talking to you. I wanted to just get inside your head and see if you're kind of simpatico in the same place with me. And it sounds like, you know, I mean, if I was still on the server, I'd be right there with you. So,
Hell yeah.
all right, buddy. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much, Toker.
Yep. See you, man. All right, guys. So that was Anarchy2b2t. I'm gonna do something here. Hang on. Let's turn this window capture off for a second. Yeah, you know what? I think we're just gonna get into playing right now. I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna start another one, so you folks can tune in a second. All right, peace.